Welcome to the Cult Classic Horror Show. Every week, you can have the conversations you've always wanted to have about the films you love.
Shut up!
We're gonna get you. Not another peep.
Get rid of your distractions and prepare yourself.
Then lock your door. 5, 6, crucifix.
You got a big surprise coming to you. You're not going anywhere.
Welcome, everybody, to the Cult Classic Horror Show. Danny Bonin here.
Scotty Bonin with you.
We are
The Blood Brothers.
and the wonderful, amazing
Rob.
Yeah, baby.
You didn't even say the Rob.
Because you said the wonderful and amazing.
Oh, I said the.
Yeah,
Okay.
you already said
Sorry,
that.
I'll never call you
Yeah.
wonderful and amazing again.
But you said the.
No, you can. You can call me wonderful and amazing. You just can't call me the wonderful
Yeah.
and
I
amazing.
just won't do it.
You could have just said wonderful, amazing, and then he could have said the Rob.
I'll just leave it out. No.
It's all right.
I don't know if you're aware, but I am an IMDb registered screenwriter now. So
Yes, you are. I saw your name on there.
I think I know where I should place the in my own name.
That's true.
Thank you.
Everybody look up Rob so that his star meter goes up.
Rob O'Neill.
Or down, I should say.
I don't even know what that does.
Yeah.
I don't
It
know
means
what
that
star meters
That's like how
do.
relevant you are in Hollywood.
Yep. We were just talking about star meters before we started here.
So make sure you go to IMDb and look up Rob O'Neill and Danny and Scotty Bonin multiple times a day, every day, so that our star meters, go down and down and down, so that we're like the lower it is, the more relevant in Hollywood you are, or in the biz.
Well, I have a
Yep.
2. I have a 2 next to my name, I guess.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
you have to look at it like the public can't see it. You have to be logged into IMDb Pro, and then you click on that person.
I just saw
then it shows you their star meter.
Scarlett Johansson's 118.
118.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think Anthony Perkins was like 4,000, like 200 or something.
Yeah. I'm up this week. I think I'm up in like the 150,000 or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
Not
Heck
bad.
yeah.
There's only 150,000 more people relevant than me in the biz.
Yeah. Hey, that's not bad. That's you're gaining up there.
Oh God!
I get all excited sometimes. I'll start to type in Robert, and Robert Downey Jr. will pop up.
Oh boy,
and I'm like, oh no, that's not me.
that wasn't it.
Okay.
No.
Yeah, because I get like, oh look at that picture and everything. I'm like, wait, that looks nothing like me.
Rob's freaking out because we finally got him on IMDb as a. So our upcoming movie is finally on IMDb in pre-production with a working title, which we're not going to use as the real title.
No.
So do not get it.
We probably shouldn't even tell them.
Don't get attached to the working title that is attached to Rob's IMDb, because that is not going to be the real title of the film.
Yes.
Yep, there I am. I just
Not at all.
Googled myself. Just Googled myself again. I was pretty happy about it.
Did you shut off your free trial yet of IMDb Pro?
Oh, nope.
I'm paying for mine.
Well, I'm paying for mine too, but Rob couldn't get his picture up unless he did the free trial.
Oh, yes.
But now if I cancel my free trial, will my picture go away?
Did you?
I don't think it will.
I don't think so.
I wouldn't think it would.
Did you put your picture up there, Rob?
I sure
He made
did.
sure that he puffed out the guns all big.
I did not, man. Those guns are all natural.
No,
sir.
you got the hands underneath him pushing them up. I know you do.
No, I don't. My wife told me to do it that way.
Yeah, you know what?
I wasn't
presentable.
puffing my guns. I even had my Cult Classic Horror shirt on and my signature hat turned around backwards.
What shirt is that? It looks like it's not the one we've been selling lately.
No, I have your logo, so I could make my own shirt.
That's what you did. Because it's a gray shirt.
Yeah, I got a heather gray shirt and I got the charcoal black one that y'all sent me.
So the heather gray has the black Cult Classic Horror instead of the gray on it.
Yeah, I know how to use Power. I know how to use Photoshop.
Shit, stealing.
When my wife's sitting next to me, I'm like, how do I make these colors these colors?
I'm gonna come have that confiscated for copyright infringement.
I'm not selling it. It's for personal use, man.
That's a no-go.
All right, let's see.
Because I gotta buy my own shirts.
You can't believe you had a CCH shirt made.
I did because I didn't want to bother you with it, and so I was being nice.
Didn't I send you one?
I need more. Yeah, I got like 3 now.
Well, you got those ones that we made that we never really pushed with all the random designs.
Well, I got a whole bunch that you pushed the random designs. I got one that I bought myself. Then I have one that you sent me. Then I have the gray one that I made myself. And then I was gonna do a raglan.
I like the picture. The gray with the gray Cult Classic Horror shirt.
Did I send you the heather charcoal one?
Yeah, you sent me the tri blends, the ones that we're selling now, the super soft.
Yeah, the ones that everyone should go buy.
I like this.
Yeah.
I like the picture, Rob. It looks good.
See?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I like the gray shirt.
Puffing the guns out.
The gray Cult Classic Horror.
The guns naturally puff themselves out, sir.
Yes.
Myself again.
By the way, I have to thank you for my mood lighted 2 pisses in the middle of the night last night.
Oh, yeah,
did you finally get your bowl glows on?
Yeah.
Is it upstairs?
With the bowl glow
I need to put mine in my upstairs bathroom still.
Rob got us.
Did you select your color? Because
yep.
There's the button. Yeah, there's like 8 different colors.
I selected. Shannon made me do red because it's almost Valentine's Day.
Oh, very nice. Very nice.
I'm rocking the purple magenta kind of color right now, but I was doing blue, and I discovered the all white, the ultra white, just makes your toilet look dirty. It just picks up every little thing that's wrong with your toilet.
Well, and most of the time I have shit splatters all over mine.
Yeah. So maybe you should go with like a brown. Is there like a brown color?
Is there a shit splatter brown?
Yeah.
So it blends
So
in.
a camouflage.
If you guys don't know, Rob sent me and Scotty these toilet bowl glow lights that you put on your toilet, and when you go in the middle of the night, it has a motion sensor and it pops on, and your whole toilet bowl glows.
Yeah, so then it saves you from turning on the light and blinding yourself when you're getting up in the middle of the night.
And that thing is like, I did get up twice to pee last night. I've been drinking tons of water on this diet, and I got up, and the first time I went right in, and it was already glowing, and I was like, has this been on the whole time? Because I couldn't get it to turn on before, but then I realized the light was on. It's probably because of that. And then so I got up the second time in the middle of the night, and I was like, I'm gonna see if this thing is off. So I barely peeked in and it was off, but it shot on right away. That motion sensor is super sensitive on it.
Oh yeah. Have you sat down and then looked between your legs and there's just alien lights?
No, I don't. I never shit in the middle of the night.
I need to do that.
Oh, I always do.
Well, you should just go.
You always shit in the middle of the night?
Usually 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, I'll wake up with the sweats. I don't know what it is. I'm on a timer, man.
What? You shit at 2 or 3 in the morning and go back to sleep?
2 or 3 in the morning, go back to sleep. Then when I get up to take the kids to school, 6 a.m., there's one there.
Oh, man.
Then after I vaped enough nicotine and took all my vitamins and had my vitamin shake and everything else, maybe around 10:30, 11, there's another one. And then I'll have one probably between 7 and 9 o'clock before I get ready to go down.
Jesus Christ!
And then it starts again at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning.
Well, see, you could just go midday, lock yourself in the bathroom, close the door, and turn off the lights, and then you could just see the lights then. If you want to experience it.
I only, I might shit 2 or 3 times a day, but it's all during the day. I'm not ready for mine usually until 10:30.
Yeah, I usually go around there, 10 or 10:30.
And then there might be another one at 2, and then another one maybe at 5 or something,
Yeah,
no, it's like when I was going to the gym, I had to have a pre-gym.
Oh, I try.
I couldn't go to the gym
right when I get home from the gym every time. It seems like
now that I've been dieting, it's a little bit different. But when I'm not dieting and not eating the best, I try to go before I go to the gym in the morning, and I can't force it out. Then sure enough, I get to the gym, and halfway through my workout, I just got to go take a shit.
Yeah. Yep. And then you have to do it at the gym.
Yeah.
See, I make sure
which I can't do. Like emergencies, yeah, there are, but if I can help it, I'm shitting in my house.
I'm not a picky shitter. I'll shit anywhere.
Yeah, me too. If I gotta go, I gotta go.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into this.
Psycho 3, yeah.
Psycho.
That's what we're talking
3.
about.
That's what we're here to talk about today. 1986.
Or Trace for the Spanish listeners.
Yes, Psycho Trace.
These are good movies.
God, I love this series so far.
These are and to never know that they really existed.
I mean, I knew there was the series, but I just never.
I didn't know I thought they were just Psycho.
I've seen them on like
That's how bad I
IMDb,
am.
but other than that, I'd never watched them until now. So it's like I can't even believe they are really good movies.
We talked about in the first one how Anthony Perkins maybe didn't want his whole career to be based off this character, but he sure is embracing it, and he even directed this one.
Yeah, it's his first directional debut, and he even said that he didn't really want to direct it because he felt like his technical knowledge was too limited, but he did a great job, and all the actors that worked with him said that he did a great job and he was great working.
I must say, I think in 1986 this was okay, but nowadays I don't think he'd get away with so many nods to the first one. You know?
Yeah.
You know how like now when a movie does that, we're sort of like, okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there was some nods. There was a lot of flashbacks, well, as in the second one there was too. But
I mean, we got the FOC, which is fine. But then he, of course, said the famous line, "We all go a little mad sometimes." Again,
we all go a little mad.
Yeah,
sometimes.
and then the flashbacks and the initials on the suitcase.
We have the whole
the nun that looked just like
Marion
Crane or Janet Leigh.
Yeah, Janet
less
Leigh.
attractive though. Less attractive.
Very much.
Yeah, and
less attractive.
did not have near the boobers.
Yeah, Janet Leigh was extreme. It was definitely
And the whole
more beautiful.
falling backwards down the stairs thing too.
Yeah.
Was a basic reshoot of the detective dying
of Loomis, or was it Loomis or whatever? The detective
Not
dying
Loomis.
and wasn't like the third time that's happened? The fall down the stairs.
I think that's only the second
Okay.
time. I
And-
thought.
Man, see? Man, Norman. See, we got you now, Norman. What? Oh, no, I'm falling, Norman.
Man, see here.
Man, see here, man. With his little 38 cap gun. Get on up them stairs.
Yeah.
Man. But no, Jonathan Brindle is a big fan of these, so I've only had like 3 or 4 hours of sleep, so I'm going to try not to be cranky about
Why
this
have
movie.
you only had 3 or 4 hours of sleep?
Because I don't get tired. I got 6 jobs. I'm about that money. I'm about that hustle.
I don't get tired.
That's right.
I don't get tired.
That's another stupid ass song Rob shared
Apparently
with me.
I do though, because I was crashing out come about 1 o'clock this afternoon.
Where's that song at?
It's on my fizzle.
Some of fizzle. I got it downloaded.
No, the him turning gently like shrugging her with his shoulders, and then her literally flying
backwards down the stairs
off of her feet with looks like she was going through a Doctor Who time tunnel.
Yeah.
And then I don't know, that was just strange.
And
that's what I thought about the opening scene. Oh boy.
I want them dead presidents.
There it is.
Head spin. Get fired. I got 6 jobs. I don't get fired. I don't get.
All right.
Wow, okay.
All right. Great sound effects for.
But no.
for Psycho 3.
That was the only one where I was really like, just what did I just see here?
Yeah. It was almost laughable because I was like, isn't that
I
like
saw it coming, but he just kind of like
He just
his
lets
mom,
go. That's all he does.
Norman, and he kind of mother, or he turns, and she just like it was like a Japanese anime scissor kick to the forehead. I mean, this girl traveled through space and time at the amount of speed she was flying. She didn't even hit a stair, did she?
No.
She just literally flew from the top
through
of
the
the
air.
stairs and then hit
Right into the arrow.
the arrow of Cupid. Hit Cupid's arrow.
The Cupid statue, bow and arrow, neck stab.
Yeah, she floated. She just zoomed, floated down the stairs, didn't even touch the floor, and went straight into the arrow.
Yeah, I mean, I could see the inspector in the first one, how he died, and but that was 1960. I mean, for 1986, you think it wouldn't be as cheesy, but they were trying to do the same thing, I think, as the 1961. So whatever, I went with it. Like whatever.
I did like this movie, for the number one reason where I really was like, okay, this could be okay. well, the beginning with the nun, that wasn't quite it. I'm like, this is getting a little strange or a little off. But when Jeff Fahey pops up,
Yeah, Jeff
with
Fahey.
with this Texas accent, and he's going to be a star and he's going to be a singer, and then he tries to like rape a nun. I was like, now we're in business.
Yeah.
When Jeff Fahey, the star of Lawnmower Man, is wearing a belt buckle and skin tight jeans whilst trying to rape a nun, like.
Yeah, and there was not even any lead up to that. He just went right for rape after they took.
No,
him
he just
out.
had like a doctor's flashlight, like a little tiny flashlight.
Yeah.
He was about to tell her to say and it's like, if you are going to be subtle, Jeff Fahey, don't shine it directly in her eyes.
Yeah, come
Yeah,
on. What do you keep under the?
You should have
keep
your-
it under the skirt there.
You should have your finger halfway inside of her before she wakes up.
And then when she wakes up, she'll be all nice and hot and horny, and then you can proceed. But don't just get the flashlight out of the face. And then he says,
Like
that line.
apparently she's already like kind of like revved up and everything because she gets with Norman. It's like, dude, if you just would have been like kind of like a halfway decent guy, you would have got in
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, not to mention Norman's 30 years older than her.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
You could have been coming instead of going. I love that line.
That was pretty good.
Yeah.
That was a good one. Scotty screams that every time
Exactly.
he gets turned down. You could have been coming instead of going.
Get out of my car.
Yeah. Kick her. It's negative.
I'm gonna use that one.
Going, I don't care. Get out of my car.
Whose car with shitty windshield wipers?
God, that car was just a shit pile.
Windshield
But
wipers.
that's kind of his character.
Yeah.
Anyways, 12
Yeah,
vacancies.
the
12
car
cabins.
fits. Oh God, yes. It's a lot of the same, but then also
Yeah.
the like homecoming party in the middle of this, like the Animal House High School homecoming
Yeah,
party.
but are those supposed to be the parents or something?
No, they're the kids. They're like a whole bunch of high school kids.
There's
yeah,
no
they don't-
way. Or it's
yeah,
like
they are. They're all wearing jerseys and
no, that
running
can't be
around.
it. That can't be it.
They looked a lot older.
They
for
have
sure.
to be like a college reunion or something like that.
They said straight up, like, because when he killed the one girl, they said straight up, yeah, the one girl's parents called in because she didn't make it home last night.
Yeah.
The dude has
Patsy.
The dude had gray hair and a beard.
That was. They
I
might have
didn't
been a
cast him.
homecoming.
He
I didn't
literally
cast
had
like a reunion,
He
okay?
literally had gray hair and a beard. I'm not even joking. I thought
We all know if I was casting this movie, Jennifer Tilly would have been in it.
Back in
So-
the 80s,
she'd be in every movie. You
they
cast.
used older people
Exactly.
as high school kids. Well, they still do.
No, not that.
today.
There had to be a reason. I don't think that guy. There's no way that guy in the green jersey was supposed to be a kid.
Maybe he was the
He was
mom.
supposed to be a kid.
Maybe he was the dad
He
with the
literally
mom.
had gray sideburns and a full-on beard, and looked like he was about 47 years old.
Well, maybe he was the dad driving the kids, the teens there, and he had his own room. But he was like hanging out with all of them in that room.
I think it was just a bunch of
the girlfriend.
It was either parents of the high school kids or like a college reunion, and they're straight up adults acting like fucking teenagers doing donuts in the parking lot.
And they went to the homecoming game that the kids were playing at, and they all rented out the hotel rooms for after the game partied.
Exactly.
That could have been it. Yeah, but there was 12 vacancies, 12 cabins. I just love his subtle little creepy voice that he has. Anthony Perkins, he is this part. And
once again, I don't know if that's the character he chose for this part or if that's how he is, because I've never seen any of his other movies.
Yeah. We'll have to watch another one of his movies. But
Who, Jeff Fahey?
Anthony
No.
Perkins.
Jeff Fahey had a little run around this time, and then he sort of still worked, but wasn't playing lead characters anymore.
Well, he was in Wyatt Earp, I saw, and
yeah, in '94,
and Lost. He was like in
the way lesser Tombstone.
but
the way lesser Tombstone. Wyatt Earp, Kevin Costner. It's the only way to go. Dennis Quaid.
Wyatt Earp is the lesser of Tombstone, is what I meant.
No, it is not.
No,
It is
totally.
absolutely not.
I talked to like
Dennis Quaid is such a better Doc
Oh my
Holliday than Val
God.
Kilmer.
Oh, okay. I was talking to John at the studio, and he was like,
We really want to go into like Val Kilmer's
he was
credits.
like- he was
Mr.
like-
Batman with nipples. Are you kidding me?
John's like, Rob has to be like literally playing a joke on you guys to think that Wyatt Earp is better than Tombstone.
It is so much. It's
And-
factually accurate. The story
Oh,
is
shit.
better.
And Dennis Quaid doing whatever is almost like as if Dennis Quaid was doing an
Huckleberry.
impression of Val Kilmer doing it on Saturday Night Live. Like, that's how over the top Dennis Quaid is doing it.
That's because Doc Holliday was an over-the-top character, and Dennis Quaid is a character actor, and he had to get into character.
Hey, I'm not ripping Dennis Quaid because I love Dennis Quaid, but
Wyatt Earp is a far superior movie.
you can't. I'm sorry.
I think we already discussed this and argued over this.
You just can't put. I don't mind Kevin Costner, but you can't put him up against Kurt Russell and Bill Paxton.
Yeah, I
Look,
just can't.
the only one I will give you out of this is that they messed up with Wyatt Earp because they cast Bill Pullman instead of bringing Bill Paxton. Bill Paxton is the far superior of the two Bills. R.I.P.
Yes,
but no, that's all I will give you.
What about Michael Biehn?
Michael Biehn.
One is Michael Biehn, and then two,
Biehn.
It's not the same because you lost it with Michael Madsen and Sam Elliott.
Oh yeah, Madsen's in it too. Yeah,
Madsen.
That's right.
Madsen.
I've never seen Wyatt Earp, so I love Tombstone.
I haven't seen it in a long time.
I love Tombstone though, so it's like one of my faves. One of my favorite
just
westerns.
The story of Tombstone, which they got wrong. It didn't even happen that way. Wyatt Earp is the story of Wyatt Earp. It's like a 3.5 hour epic movie. Kevin Costner has a fucking mustache. If you didn't think Kevin Costner was awesome enough, he has a mustache in this movie.
Jeff Fahey is also in Lost 2008 through 2010.
Yeah, I couldn't really remember which part he played in Lost. I
never watched Lost.
I watched all of it, but
but you watched all of it. You can't tell me anything. You can't tell me what happened. Apparently, nobody.
Frank Lapidus.
Yeah, I know the name, but I don't know. Yeah, nope, I can't tell you what happened. It was just too confusing. It's been too long now since I've seen it.
Did you guys notice? I'm going to get back to the Psycho here. So when Jeff Fahey talks, when he's first getting the room, and he has his keys in his mouth, he says, "You live up there, huh?" His mouth doesn't even move one bit. And it's because his keys are in the mouth.
Well, no, I thought he's unloading.
Awesome ADR.
No.
They show him talking right then.
No,
you live there, huh? He's like a ventriloquist.
No, he's getting his shit out of the car, right?
That's after he's got his shit out of the car.
No.
And then he says it. You live there, huh? And he nods to the house, and he has the keys in his mouth, and his lips don't move at all.
I didn't notice that.
But
I know there was a part where he's opening his car door and getting shit out, where their conversation continues over him doing that.
Yeah.
But it's really not him talking. It's just the end of their conversation.
Yeah, that happened too. Yeah. But anyways, and then when he's singing, this goes back to towards the end when he's singing and he has the mother in his room 12. He's singing with his guitar on the bed, and there's like you see his face and his lips aren't moving, but you hear him singing. I don't know if you noticed that either.
No, I didn't.
It's a ventriloquist act. Okay,
he's a ventriloquist.
Trying to make it in Hollywood.
He is. Yes.
Jeff Fahey's one of these actors that, for whatever reason, he can do no wrong with me because he's
great.
He did Body Parts and Blue Heat and The Lawnmower Man, and I don't remember him from Wyatt Earp, but he just, and his name's Jeff Fahey. It's just kind of oh, Jeff Fahey was in that movie. I want to watch it.
Yeah,
Jeff Fahey got me through this movie. To be honest with you, there's so many kickbacks to the original and part 2, and then this one did the same thing with this obnoxious, nosy reporter woman, and I'm kind of over this right now. But Jeff Fahey, I'm like, what's he gonna do next?
She wasn't attractive at all, and Jeff Fahey was trying to hit on her.
Yeah,
yep.
He was hitting on everyone.
He just wants to screw everything that moves.
Well, then he got that red girl who didn't look too bad, and he just kicked her out.
Oh yeah, Juliet Cummins. Yeah. That's what her name is. I know he threw her out. What she's pretty hot, and then that's when she.
Well, except for her hair, dear.
Well, it's 80s. It's 80s.
Fucking 80s hair 80s. Is the worst ever.
Yeah, it's 86 too. This is this is right in the middle, man. This is
I can't handle it.
Yeah, she actually the actress Juliet Cummins was nearly fired by Anthony Perkins after making an unintentional joke about his homosexuality, but they kept her.
Hey man, yeah, that's
and he gave her the first death.
That's Jeff. That's Anthony Perkins' fault. I mean, you should be able to joke about it, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, unless she was picketing you and burning a fanny pack or something. whatever the equivalent
Burning
of
a
burning
fanny pack.
I don't know, whatever the
What does that
equivalent is
mean?
to like burning a cross for a gay person. What is
Oh,
that?
really? That's a burning a fanny pack?
I don't know.
I'll have
I
you
mean,
know that the good thing Big Scott doesn't listen to these because he wears a fanny pack on vacation
Oh
sometimes.
God, we make fun of him big time.
But he doesn't care, does he? Because he's secure.
Exactly.
And he knows he's secure. Everything's in the fanny pack. It's up front.
His is even like leather and it has like 4 pockets in it.
No, that's no. See, now you make fun of him. Now, if he was going like straight up like Hulk Hogan with like the lime green and the day glow 1980s fanny packs,
then it'd be cool.
I'm okay with that. That's fine. You can't try to sophisticate a fanny pack, sir.
Oh,
You can't just wear like a dark black one and try to
No,
hide it.
it's like a black
gotta
leather
be out
fanny
there.
pack. You know who else wears a fanny pack is our Down syndrome friend John.
Yeah,
He keeps
Yeah, but
his,
that's-
he
but
keeps
that's
his
'cause he
flip
has
phone in it.
he keeps everything in
Because
there.
he has to have it. That's different.
I can just picture him right now opening it.
Oh yeah, it takes forever.
I'm just sorry.
House keys and his wallet and his chapstick and anyways,
he
yeah.
desperately needs that chapstick.
I'm
Yeah.
looking up on Amazon right now. I need to find me a fanny pack because all of this is. I'm thinking, my cell phone, my chapstick,
Nice
my
hot
vape,
green.
my vape puffer. I could put,
Yeah.
like a candy or a snack in
You
there.
could
in
even
case I
strap
could-
it over your shoulder as like a cross-body pack.
Okay, now here's the thing. Okay, now here's the real one. Here's the real one. Like, is wearing a messenger bag just as bad as wearing a fanny pack?
Is that like an Indiana Jones bag?
like
yeah,
is that like a satchel?
the guys that carry those like rough, they're brand new, but they look like they're 50, 60 years old leather satchels, and they keep their
I
MacBook.
think-
They keep their MacBook in it, and that's
Those
it.
aren't too bad.
I think it's okay if inside of it you have secret documents and artifacts you found on an expedition, and you also spend a lot of time in Egypt's underground and have a whip.
Yeah.
Okay, let's say they don't. Let's say they don't, and they live in Boulder.
I think
and all that's in there is they're like MacBook Air, and they wear like skinny jeans, and they have an obnoxiously overwaxed mustache.
Do they fight in a physical confrontation or do they turn and run?
Oh, they turn and run.
Oh, it's not okay then.
Yeah, it's not okay. I mean,
There's
if
not
it's for looks, it's okay.
A messenger bag's okay with me if it's because like you have like a collapsible Uzi in there.
I think a
you're
messenger
using it
bag-
for some kind of firearm transport.
I will say I've been utilizing this so Big Scott got a new laptop and it's like a really big one, and so his laptop bag didn't work anymore, so he gave me his old like Swiss laptop bag, like that's the brand.
Mm-hmm.
I've got one of those.
I've been utilizing it, but I tend to carry it by the handle, Like
Are you trying to?
suitcase.
You have to use the strap.
Are you trying to pretend this is a briefcase?
You have to use the
No,
strap.
I'm just trying to say that I guess I use that if I'm going against the rules, but if you call that a satchel,
No, that's
No, see, to me, that doesn't. To me, like a
not
messenger
old-looking.
bag. A messenger bag is like a leather or burlap bag that doesn't have zips or buckles. You're like clips. It's got like brass buckles, like a leather belt.
Yeah,
and it's like, oh look, I'm from the 19. It's a hipster purse.
Yeah, no, unless
That's the
I
same.
think
that's worse than a fanny pack.
no.
Like,
I like that better than fanny
Unless
pack.
there's
I
a-
think.
unless there's
I wouldn't. Would you fight a man that wore a fanny pack? I don't think so. If you're secure enough to wear a fanny pack, especially like a ruched leather fanny pack like Big Scott, I don't know him, but I would. If I was going to rob somebody, I would go after the guy with the hipster purse before I'd mess with the dude with the fanny pack.
Yeah, unless you got a leather-bound diary held closed by rubber bands in there. Yeah, I'm not all.
Yeah, that leads to the location of the Ark of the Holy Grail.
Yeah,
you don't need a messenger bag.
When I was a kid, I loved that. I used to have a little book that I rubber banded just because of that, because I thought it was so fucking awesome.
It was cool. Yeah, you take because it's all falling apart. You take the bands off, and you're like you scribble in there. But my best friend growing up in Tampa, his grandfather lived in Texas, and he went to go visit his grandfather in Austin. And we loved Indiana Jones so much, and Brandon, my friend, bugged him so much. His grandfather bought. He was like 11 or 12 at the time. I was 10. He bought him like a real 8-foot bullwhip. And we were in that backyard with that bullwhip, and you want to talk about like scars on your arms and elbows and back of your legs because you
So you guys
don't
were
know how
full
to
out
use
using
it
that
right.
thing.
Oh my God! When we figured it out, oh yeah, no, the bullwhip. I had like a fedora, and Brandon had the bullwhip. And we trade. I want to wear the hat. Well, then I want the whip. Then you get the whip. You're out there like trying to and whips don't like catch stuff.
Was this in between giving each other hand jobs?
Oh no, that came on later. Once 13, 14.
Once you figured out what that was.
Okay, once you figured out that goo came from your pee-pee.
Yeah.
We didn't
What
know
is this?
We didn't know why we had an erection when we were out there with the whip, but we figured it out. But no, that was just kids.
The whip didn't. So in other words, the whip didn't grip and allow you to swing from branches.
Well, it would wrap you would snap it and it would wrap around the branch. But after you put just enough weight on it, it would just whoop come undone. But you didn't figure that out till you were till one of you reared back, jumped, put their weight, then hit the ground and knocked the wind out of yourself.
Yeah, because you were copying Indiana Jones doing it.
Boom! You hitting one of you.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You knocked the wind out of you.
Brandon's dead.
And that's a rough.
Dead.
And that's a rough thing to deal with when you're a little overweight. Rob just jam packed with Little Debbie's.
Oh no, it wasn't Little Debbie's, man. It was Ecto Cooler. I drank my weight in High C and Crystal Pepsi. There's no doubt about it. When's the last time one of y'all knocked the wind out of yourself? That's the real question.
It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Isn't that the most scariest thing that will ever happen?
It's the worst.
Or whiplash.
I've never had whiplash.
Oh my God! I got on a trampoline once when I was 12. I thought I was dead.
You thought you?
I thought I broke my back. I literally thought I was paralyzed.
Oh. Now, I remember the last time I did, I was probably 12 to 14, and we all had skateboards and BMX bikes, and we took just like a piece of crappy, plywood and laid it up against the side of the bed of the truck of my dad's. And we're like, look, we're going to hit it and ramp up, into the bed from the tailgate. And I hit it. It broke halfway because it was I don't know, a 1/4 inch thick. And I went straight back on my back and knocked all the air out. And you think you're going to die. You cannot catch your breath.
It's been a while for you.
Yeah. You do. I think you get up and all your friends are screaming at you. Are you okay? And you can't talk. You're you just walking off. You're like, I'm going to go die in the woods. Don't follow me. I need to be left alone right now.
I think I've knocked my wind out sometime in the last 5 years.
Yeah.
No. Oh, no.
Yeah, probably.
But I used to do. It's been a year, since my daughter was born. But I used to train a lot of MMA and shit, and so we used to throw each other and stuff like that.
I think I did skiing 4 or 5 years ago. But
dude, if I knocked the wind out of myself right now, I would die. I would have a heart attack and die. I mean, I've broken my wrist in the last 5 years. I've probably broken my ankle, my wrist, fractured part of my knee.
Jesus,
stitches.
what are you, 85-year-old woman?
Well, no, I mean, I fell off of a roof and landed on the hood of a work truck, and that did. That did some rib and a little bit of kidney damage.
Did you step off the curb wrong and break your hip?
My knee was we were hammering in big pieces of rebar through asphalt for survey points to set points when I used to land survey.
Whatever, you're doing man things. Just say we're doing man things.
The 4-pound sledgehammer glanced off the rebar and just crushed my kneecap. I had both hands over the head as hard as you could coming down, glanced off right into my knee. I jumped over a privacy fence, a 6-foot wood fence, and there was just a little divot hole in the ground, and my whole foot went sideways, broke my ankle instantly. Just a huge snap.
Scotty axed his shin like you did, with a hammer, but he did it with an axe to his shin.
Yeah,
I did that with a machete to my shin.
I was chopping firewood, and the axe handle broke, and the axe head went right into my shin, and I almost chopped my leg off. I went straight to the bone. I got 16 stitches.
Yeah, I got 10 staples in my shin. Dude, I had a machete, 36 inch big long machete, and I was cutting through all this brush and stuff when we were surveying, and we were in way South Florida around the Everglades, and we're about ankle deep swamp water. It's more or less ankle to crotch deep swamp water as we're going up and down through the swamp. And I went through I chopped really hard, and I thought it was like a live brush, like green, but it was all dead. So the blade went right through all of it and stuck into my shin. The blade stuck into the bone of my shin.
Oh, my goodness.
And then we had to walk 2 miles back through waist-deep swamp. So I'm surprised it didn't get infected and fall off. Shit was bad.
But you pulled out right away and you freak out. And
Oh,
like,
yeah. I see what happened was when I hit myself, I started to scream. I'm like, fuck. And
Same with me.
And in the swamp and in the brush, especially in Florida, there are yellow jacket nests everywhere. Everywhere there's yellow jackets and wasps. So the 3 guys that I was with thought that I hit a yellow jacket nest, and they all ran.
Oh, God.
They thought I was getting stung. So they abandoned me to die.
Jeez.
And I had to go to some walk-in clinic in a town of like 5,000, the smallest town you can imagine, a walk-in clinic. And the doctor basically like put his cigarette out and was like, yeah, give me the staple gun. And they put 10 staples in it. We're like, okay, we'll send you home for the day.
Oh, Jesus.
Whoa,
Christ.
my God.
Oh, speaking
Listen
of
to that.
Oh, that means it's time for the
Horror halftime.
I think we've only
Scared the
talked
shit out
about
of me.
Psycho for 4 minutes.
Maybe only 2 minutes.
All right, horror halftime. Here we go. So we do have a horror freak of the week.
Oh, good.
And we're awarding it to some repeats again now because it's just
was it Aaron Garcia?
It's Aaron Garcia.
Yes.
Horror freak of the week.
Store-bought milk.
Horror freak of the week.
I like
name
that
brand.
One. And he messaged me too. He's like, "How many times can I enter?" I said, "Just keep entering all you want." He's been every week. He's been putting in 2 or 3 really good ones. Though. They've all been.
And I think
good.
he has won like twice, but
yeah, I think he's
whatever.
won one time before.
But whatever, we'll cycle back through a couple of you guys till we get some new blood in here because we appreciate you, playing week after week and keeping the word going in the Cult Classic Horror group. So,
yes.
Freak of the Week is Aaron Garcia. Aaron, I probably got your address already, but just shoot us a message on the page so I know that you were listening to this episode, and I'll shoot you some stickers you can plaster on somewhere around your hometown there. And
Yeah,
spread
maybe
the
you'll
word.
get more stickers than I did, seeing as I only got 3.
I've been sending 2 or 3. Stickers don't grow on trees, Rob.
I mean,
Unlike what you and Ty think.
Hey, I get like 4 or 5. Ty gets like, you must freight ship his stickers.
No, I did send him a whole 2 bundles. I think there's 500 in a bundle or something.
I did get my poolside stickers on my truck. So those
and the
and
hoodie.
a CCH and a hoodie. The hoodie actually is really nice. It's not like it's not going to keep you alive in -50 like what is here in Florida right now, but it's comfortable. I like it.
All right, well, Aaron Garcia, Horror Freak of the Week. Make sure you create your Psycho 3 memes and submit them next week.
Yes.
So that you can win Horror Freak of the Week and some awesome stickers, maybe even a shirt if it's your first time. So, submit that. Cool, that concludes the horror. Submit that in the Cult Classic Horror group with the hashtag Horror Halftime. That concludes the Horror Halftime.
Yes. All right, let's get into this movie here.
I thought it was
Okay, so back to when I put that machete.
No, let's
I was going to say something.
Let's not go to that.
I hope we can, speaking of next week's Psycho 4, I hope we can get a hold of it because it's not available on Amazon.
Wasn't it originally a film or a TV movie? I think it was.
Okay, now here's
It
the
was.
question for this. We didn't. Well, I wasn't. I did. I was kind of like I was just a Moonlight. I was just a little baby Moonlight host at the time. But we didn't do Omen Part 4 or whatever because it was a made-for-TV movie.
Yeah.
So are we going to do Psycho 4? Because I can't find it.
Well, the only reason why I was thinking we should is because it's still Anthony Perkins.
Yeah, I think we should.
And he's, same actor.
It's a television film. Yeah, it is. It's a television film, Psycho 4 at the beginning. So maybe we should try to find it. If not, maybe we can do the remake.
When it has the beginning, sometimes that's not too promising. Although Exorcist, the beginning wasn't too bad.
Well, let's see. The beginning did get. Well, I don't even know. I'm trying to see if there's a rating here, but let's just try to find it.
We'll try to find it. Yep. So I'm gonna look like today, and if I have to, I'll order the damn DVD.
Did you find a DVD?
Oh, no, I didn't even look yet. I just always assume there is one, which is wrong, because there was not one of Howling 7, and we did not do Howling 7 because of that.
Yeah, Psycho 4 got a 5.5 out of 10 on IMDb, so.
Yeah.
Psycho 4: The Beginning is a 1999 American made-for-television psychological thriller directed by Mick Garris.
But it was the screenplay was Joseph Stefano, and he wrote the original screenplay. So, yeah, might be good.
Well, let's get back to Psycho 3.
All right. So Anthony Perkins originally suggested the film be shot in black and white for Psycho 3 as homage to the original, but Universal did not let that happen. But they did. Anthony Perkins, so they shot in color. But his main inspiration for the style of this film, as you kind of saw some of the things like him going out of the hospital and then him going through the door and then he pops back into his mother's room, and that was that was his idea for that to happen. But his main inspiration came from the movie Blood Simple, 1984, directed by the Coen brothers. And so before production began for Psycho 3, he took the entire cast and crew to a screening of the film, and they all watched it just to kind of get his feel for how he wanted.
Wasn't that the name of a shitty band, too?
Yeah. I think it was. Blood Simple. Yeah, Joel and Ethan Coen, John Gertz, Francisco McDormand. I don't really even know.
Yeah, I've never seen that movie, but I should.
But yeah, that was kind of the way that he filmed it was a little bit like the transitions.
Well, speaking of style,
the light underneath the door that is actually a knife.
Yeah, speaking of style, that whole sequence, I think that we're talking about where you sort of first see the knife and everything. I don't know about the chanting music that was going on during that. I wasn't really my favorite.
There was
this weird. I think there was this time in the 80s, maybe even pre-80s, but people were still trying to bank on the whole involving some kind of Catholic aspect and involving chanting. I don't know.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of like the satanic panic stuff going on.
And when this movie opened, I was like, "Oh no, please no!" I thought they were gonna like relate it somehow to Satan and the devil, and I was like,
Satan,
no. Yeah,
Dominus,
with the opening, there is no God. I'm like, oh no, here we go. And actually, that line was improvised by the actress Diana Scarewood that played Maureen. But I was like, oh crap.
My wife was on the phone with the bank because she got one of her debit cards scanned at like an ATM or something, so we had to cancel her card. So she's on the phone with the bank, and in the background, there is no God. She's like, will you turn that?
That was loud.
Off
that was loud.
now?
Yeah. And
that's like the beginning.
I'm sorry, ma'am. Can we help you? There is no God. Well, we're sorry that you don't. We're sorry you don't like the customer service here at Regions.
It's like the beginning of what House on Haunted Hill when they got the screen.
Yeah. It opened loud for sure.
Yeah. So
and the whole her being like a corrupted nun and not believing in the faith.
Dumb.
And she's going to commit suicide, and then the mother superior dies by falling off, and
that was another like unrealistic fall because she just sort of grabs at her elbow and then misses and falls.
Yeah.
And again, there's like a solid oak 4x4.
Yeah.
It just explodes when this 80-pound woman hits it.
Yeah.
As she goes careening. I really just wish they would have inserted like the Wilhelm screams in every one of these. And then Indiana Jones would have popped out, and damn Nazis.
Yeah.
And then him and Sean Connery would have pranced off somewhere. But I'm making fun of it, but it actually was a pretty good movie, and they didn't.
Yeah.
The parts that I am teasing about, they didn't really linger on them.
No,
I mean,
not at all.
The murder in the phone booth was a little odd for me because it's like usually he's kind of quiet about what he does, and in this one, like he's breaking glass and there's just blood everywhere, and he's out like by the side of the road doing it. It's like, dude,
he's already fixed the glass in the morning.
Yeah, it's like he's a worker, man.
Yeah.
Like it's like that takes hours.
And she had time to like take her shirt off because it was on backwards and put it on, and then while she was changing it, her head was caught in her shirt while she was getting stabbed, so she didn't even see it coming.
Well, what? Right before that happened, What the hell were they doing in the bedroom?
Dude, naked, like
He's got like the lights. And
they're
he's, like,
naked.
pointing them at her.
And then he had like all the like porno pages like plastered and taped and stuck to the light.
What was going
like
on
the light,
there?
like the lampshades?
I don't know what was going on there.
She was like kissing like fannies on like pictures of fannies and all this
He
weird
was
stuff.
like a porno addict and was taping, you know, like nudie mags all over his walls and stuff. And then I actually read here he wasn't Jeff Fahey wasn't comfortable. Anthony Perkins wanted him to be completely naked in that scene, but Jeff Fahey wasn't comfortable being completely naked
I
on
bet
screen.
Anthony Perkins did want him to be.
Yeah, exactly. So he had Jeff Fahey just use 2 lamps to cover his privates. I'm like, but it was weird watching that because it seemed like he was like shining the lamps.
Turn the lamps around, Jeff. Yes. Yes. Let's get one underneath. We need the down angle.
So that's the only reason he had those
Jeff.
lamps is to cover his private parts, even though they were like weird. Like he was like using them as like a lamp foreplay sex toy.
I know how bad Rob wanted to see Jeff's dong.
Yeah.
Oh man, Jeff Fahey is like, man, he's a sculpture. I mean,
He kind of reminds me of the guy in.
I don't blame Anthony Perkins. I kind of blame Anthony Perkins now for being all mean to this one girl because maybe she said something about him being gay, and then he's over there behind the camera. Yes, Jeff. Yes, we need more, Jeff. Where's the lighting? We need more lighting in here. We want you to be. It's like you're on the sun, Jeff. It's like you've flown
so
too
sweaty.
close.
You're so sweaty.
Yes. Do you need somebody to dab your forehead, Jeff? Oh, it's like I'm just really happy to be here, Mr. Perkins. I'm sorry. I'll do better next time. I'll do better.
Little did we know that shortly after that. Wait. Was it after that? Long before that, he had taken a job lubing aliens, known as Mama.
Oh yeah, that was him.
yes.
That was Anthony
Mama.
Perkins. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Jeff Fahey kind of reminds me of like the jock guy in Friday Part 3 or 4, I think. Or
Yeah.
He has that same look, like the bushy eyebrows and like the dick kind of, you know. And he looks almost just.
But we didn't see his dick.
Just like him. Yeah. We did not.
Anthony Perkins did. He probably still had those. He had those negatives for years after.
Oh, he's like, we'll do a closed set, Jeff. It'll be fine. It'll just be us.
Yeah, it's kind of
like Mr. Perkins. Why are you wearing a sailor's costume? I'm feeling really uncomfortable right now.
This is just what I wore today.
Mr.
Yeah.
Why are you wearing the mother dress throughout this? Why you're directing and are you wearing panties too? No, that's horrible.
Dance for mother. Dance for mother. It's like, oh,
When Fahey started saying mom or mother, I almost thought he was going to say something like it was his mom too.
Oh yeah,
that would have been great. Yeah, like they're twins or they were
or
separated at
brothers or
birth.
somehow, because he was saying mother, but that's just how he was saying it.
So did Dwayne, is his character's name? Did he leave the note inside the house saying I'm in room 12?
Yeah,
and then he took the corpse, not mommy but mummy. He took mummy.
I don't understand why anybody tries to extort an obvious serial murderer.
Yeah.
It never works out. There's other movies like this. I mean, not like this exact storyline, but there's other movies like Mr. Brooks and stuff. Kevin Costner representing, and a lot of other ones
you mean
too.
You mean that movie with Dane Cook in it?
Don't you?
You mean that Dane Cook movie?
No. I mean the Kevin Costner, William Hurt movie. Thank you very much. And he killed Dane Cook, which I applauded loudly in the theater when he killed that no talent ass clown.
Oh, you were the one guy that went to the theater to see this?
No, there was me and like 7 or 8 others. Okay, this was an art project. Kevin doesn't do it for the money. Okay. Anyways, back on track.
Yeah.
But it's like it never works. You don't extort anybody that has killed before and has no problem with killing now.
Yeah.
You just leave.
Yeah.
You just get into your car, maybe steal all the money from the register and leave the body up there, let the cops catch him, and then you just go. Then you just leave.
And see, the money in the register, Norman left that tore up corner of the $5 bill that was in and I guess Red's little thong. I guess that's
supposed to be how we know that, or that's supposed to be how Dwayne knows that he's doing
that. And then, of course, there's the famous line again after the phone booth kill. Oh God, mother, blood. Yeah, and that's like said, in the first one, of course, and then in the opening of the second one. And
you would figure by now Norman has figured out that it's him.
No, he's crazy.
I don't know.
You guys know there was actually the original script had a different story, and if you want to hear it, I can tell you. So sure. Charles Edward Pogue, Pogue, I don't know how you say his last name. He's the writer. So the original plot is Dwayne who was the killer, and he had intentionally come to the Bates Motel because he is obsessed with Norman. Maureen was a neurotic psychologist who had come to the motel to replace Dr. Raymond from the previous film, and Pog had intended to cast the original victim Janet Leigh in the role, but Universal rejected these ideas, arguing that Norman had to be the killer and Leigh was wrong for the film. However, Maureen's actions remained virtually unchanged, and her character was merely changed into a young nun. So that's where they came to the nun stuff. So
the nun.
Yeah. So Dwayne as the killer, I don't know.
I don't mind that. I don't mind that. I just I mean the nun stuff didn't throw me off too much. I just think like the main thing that threw me off was the opening, just the opening screaming, and it's not bad. It didn't start, it was kind of a new start for these movies. Mm-hmm. But then like Danny said, they really started to kind of go down like this whirlwind cycle of throwbacks to the original big time flashbacks to the original. There was like 2 or 3 black and white flashbacks to where they literally just had B-roll or whatever from the original movie, which is fine. That's not a big deal.
They pulled a Phantasm 4 or 2? What the fuck?
Or 7 or 36 or whichever one we watched.
Phantasm 4? I forgot which one were the Phantasm. It was like it was the last one we watched, and it was just flash after flash after flash. Well, it wasn't the last one. The last one was Ravager, which they did.
But that was 5. So it had to be 4. It had to be 4.
Where like 45 minutes of the movie was just footage from the old other movies.
They're all flashbacks.
And it was flashbacks to the other movies when Michael whatever wasn't even in it. So there's 2 different actors flashing back to memories of an actor that's not the actor that you're. It's a dream within a dream, man.
Yeah, well, the same thing happened for this one where he flashbacks to Marion Crane being stabbed, the famous stabbing scene, and then she falls on the floor, and then it turns into Maureen being the one that gets stabbed and falling on the floor, and then later comes to her in the bathtub with the slit wrists, and then she looks up. That's only like part of like being religious and like the whole nun thing. She sees Norman dressed up as mother, but then it turns into like the Virgin Mary coming to save her and taking her to heaven, whatever. And then it's actually him that saves her from dying there in the bathtub. And then she and I saw her in the window too, the Virgin Mary. So I had to go back. And it was like, no, that was dead mom corpse that you saw in the window. But that was the only thing that I thought was cool, or the kind of had to be related to her going to see the father and in the convent, and other than that, the whole nun thing was okay for me.
Flashback to Jedediah Morningside.
Yeah.
Oh,
was that his name? Jedediah?
It was something.
Jedediah.
Something like the.
You talking about Phantasm still?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
I really do like this movie. The only. I would say, and I don't want to say disappointment because this movie really was. These are really good. So far, I've been very, very happy with these movies, especially compared.
Jonathan's listening. Don't you dare!
I love these movies. I love this movie.
I'm not afraid of offending Jonathan. This is the Rob you're talking to. I offend all colors, cultures, creeds, sexual orientation, and religions on this show.
He's gonna run all the way to your front door.
I mean, he will out. There's a lot of people that could outrun me, but that guy definitely could outrun me. He's like a triathlete. But I was kind of hoping for Anthony Perkins' character to have kind of evolved more into like a Hannibal Lecter. Like he knows what he is. He's very smart about it.
Well, there's still a
Um,
fourth one. There's still a fourth one.
Yeah, and the only issue I have with the fourth one, but I don't know, we haven't seen it, is called The Beginning.
Yeah.
So I hope they're not trying to throw back to the beginning 40 years later. Like, that's a little rough with the same actor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like
Exorcist, The
but no, this
Beginning.
was this was a good movie. I liked it. For me, it's a big time recommend. All three of these.
Oh
Like,
yeah, for sure.
most people have seen the first one, but if there's people out there like us that I kind of thought there were sequels, I wasn't sure, and I'd never seen any of them before.
Mm-hmm.
I was really surprised with every single one of these.
You
I
know
thought
that
they
when fucking Anthony Perkins, when Norman is in the hotel room with the nun for the first time,
Oh yeah.
and they fall into bed, he just immediately came.
Dude, did you? Yeah. Oh yeah.
He was
I can't do this. Well-
I have to go now.
Did you guys see how awkwardly they were like kissing? Like their faces were just like pushing on each other. They weren't like even kissing really. So then, yeah, he went right away. But then he made up for it by pulling the frozen Patsy out of the ice machine and was taking her into the car. And then she's dead. And then
47-year-old high school guy ran by.
yeah. Ah! But then he kisses her. He kisses the dead corpse out of nowhere.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I'm like, oh, he's making up for his horrible
a little,
kissing technique.
He just wants to practice. He wants to little necrophilia.
Little necrophilia. So,
Get his Ted Bundy going there. And,
yeah. So he's getting signs of Hannibal. He's getting a little crazier. Kissing some dead frozen girl.
But no, overall, those were most of my notes. I think, yeah, it was a good movie.
I love this one too.
All these are really entertaining and are pretty much just as good as the first one. If not, the second one might be my favorite
I think so.
so far.
I think the second one's my favorite so far. And the big thing for these movies for me is they're good movies, they're good stories, but they're very well acted. They don't necessarily obviously stand all by themselves alone, but for the most part, it seems like they were wrote, to where at least the second one, which is my favorite, was wrote well enough to where it didn't necessarily, you could have saw the first movie and then that second one came out 20 years later, and it still felt good. It was awesome.
Yeah.
I thought it was a really good movie. It didn't, like a lot of the Friday the 13th and other movies are like every 8 months, So I thought it was really good, and they're definitely on. I'll probably watch them again.
Well,
Yeah.
it makes me want to watch more Anthony Perkins because I think
he's great.
Yeah,
I love Anthony Perkins. Yeah,
He's very good.
and I hope that because a lot of his stuff in all of these movies can be taken as either a really strong character choice that he's doing a good job at, or just like bad acting. But I think it's a really strong character choice that he's really good at.
Oh yeah,
because
I think it's a character choice, and I think he may not be obsessed with that character, but I think he it's pretty cool to see a guy play a character in 1960 whatever, and then play the character again like in 80 whatever, and it's still the same character.
It is
after a 22, 24 year gap. He is Norman. It's like, okay, yeah. Norman went to jail for 20 years, whatever. But the actual physical gap is so huge, and it appears that he just stepped on set and did it.
Yeah.
He did his character.
I mean, it has
to be really hard to do.
Oh yeah. He delivers his lines the exact same way. He has that smile. He kind of talks fast, and gets into his little stories as Norman. He goes on, and it's just the same character as 1960. And he's, 20. This is 26 years later, and it's like it's just amazing to watch, So yeah, I definitely loved it. Yeah, it's and so we get. I don't know if I should give it away for people who should watch this. So maybe I shouldn't give it away for what happens at the end, and we find out that the mother that he has might not be his mother, and all that what the reporter told him at the very end there, who his actual mother is, and what happened to his father, and all this and that. So maybe I won't give it away if people haven't watched it yet.
Whatever.
No, I think they should watch that part because that is a big spoiler and explanation. But I mean, I highly recommend everybody, if you haven't, go see it, and if you haven't seen it in a while, go check it out again. I mean, it's on Amazon. It is well worth the watch.
Yep, it's on Vudu as well.
You had to pay for it on Amazon.
Yeah.
I don't know if you had to pay for it on Vudu. Probably.
It's $1 cheaper on Vudu, if that matters. But but it's standard definition, not HD.
All right. Well, did you guys watch anything this week?
Well, I wanted to say how
shit.
it's grossed. I didn't say it.
Oh, go ahead.
So this was the lowest grossing out of the 3 that were in theaters, because obviously the 4th one was made for television. But it was the lowest. It did just over $14.8 million, which is still not bad. I did not catch a budget on this, or $14.4 million. But it's still not that bad. But they talked about doing a 4th one right after this, like directly right after it. But they waited, and then they made for the television one. But still not too bad. Not as good as the 2nd or 1st one, but still a decent reception. But it was considered a failure in their eyes, I guess. But I thought it was great.
Sweet.
So, anyways.
Well, yeah. I think that wraps it up.
I didn't watch anything horror related, so I don't have anything for this week.
I tried to. Shannon wouldn't let me.
Nope. I did not
I
watch
watched
anything
Fantastic
either.
Beasts. And where they're
Ouch.
Oh, yeah. I've seen that one.
You know, I feel like J.K.
it's pretty
Rowling.
good.
We shouldn't even talk about it because it's not horror, but I feel like J.K. Rowling just needed some more money and decided to throw out some random story.
So
Same with the Star Wars, Rogue One, and everything.
Oh yeah, all of those.
Even though I didn't think Rogue One was that bad, that was pretty good.
No. I don't know if Fantastic Beasts is bad, but that's like what it is, like Star Wars, man. If we put Star Wars on it, we're gonna sell. So it's like we can just get this over with.
Just like if you make a movie and you just mention like Dumbledore in it and Hogwarts, you're just gonna,
Could you hear a word Eddie Redmayne was saying throughout the movie?
Yeah, this one was. He did a good job of this one.
He definitely did.
I can't stand his character in Jupiter Ascending, nor can I stand that entire movie. But yeah, anyways.
Yeah, it was pretty good. It was pretty good.
But no, got so much shit on my horror queue and just waiting to watch it. And every movie night I've had, Shannon's, been available too and sitting right there going, what are we going to watch? And you got to keep your marriage alive. So you can't always say, well, you just go upstairs and I'll watch what I want to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't do that. Yeah, I didn't watch anything horror related either. This week.
I did watch the movie that we did the interview.
Oh yeah,
we all did that.
Asylum
of Fear.
Yeah. So I watched Asylum of Fear.
Yeah, we watched that.
We all watched Asylum of Fear.
Wasn't too bad. You guys should actually check it out. We did an interview. I mean, it's not the most wowing or best movie ever, but it was done for literally like $5,000, and it's got a cool backstory. These kids made it, and these guys made it, and they had an investor. It was going to be $100,000 budget, and then the investor pulled out like second day on set, and they had to finish it themselves by pulling in favors and whatever money they could, and did it for like $5,000.
Yeah, and it was shot in like a creepy old warehouse, and
they had a cool
building.
location. They on location had a creepy old building. So yeah, check it out. Don't expect to be totally wowed, but it's a good time.
But it is definitely well made for what they had.
Asylum of Fear. It's on. Is it? You might have to pay for it on Amazon. I'm not sure.
Yeah, it should be everywhere.
It's on Amazon, iTunes. I mean, all the on demand, not like Netflix or Vudu, but probably most everything else. PS4, all that stuff. But we did an interview with the director and most of the cast. So check that out. It's on our Patreon page. It's free at the moment, but it will soon get archived with the rest of the interviews in our $10 a month or above membership. So that's another plug. If you can help us out and like what we do, please go to patreon.com/cultclassichorror and check out what we got for you in return for a few bucks. And these interviews, we're starting to stack them up, and there are just one of them. And we got a cool one coming up. You guys might have seen, I haven't watched it yet, but the movie Ghost House, which is on Netflix right now. We're scheduling an interview with the director and one of the lead actors in that as well. That'll be for Patreon members. So So yeah, check that out. Check out all the interviews in there, and go watch Asylum of Fear. I know the guys would really appreciate it.
Yes, definitely.
But yeah, I think that's all.
Yeah,
that's it.
Wraps her up. We'll try to look for Psycho 4 for next week, guys, and hopefully we have that.
If anyone knows where it's at, let us know.
Yeah, keep us posted.
Besides Jonathan Brindle's private collection.
Yeah, Jonathan, just express it over to us here in Colorado, and we'll watch it. Hopefully, it gets here before next week.
All right, guys. Thanks for listening. We'll catch you next week.
Later, guys.
Later.
Don't you blame the movies. Movies don't create psychos. Movies make psychos more creative.
Oh, yes. There will be blood.